Today is August 31st, 2011, Wednesday. Tao Te Ching 66, translated by Poong Kim, 2005. The great rivers and seas are kings of 100 valleys, because they are good at keeping low. This is why they can be kings of 100 valleys. Therefore, if you want to stand above the people, you must keep low in speaking to them. If you want to stand ahead of the people, you must put yourself behind them. For this reason, the sage is above the people, yet does not weigh heavy on them. He is ahead of the people, yet causes no harm to them. Therefore, all under heaven are happy to uphold him and never tire of him. Because he does not contend, no one under heaven can contend with him. Tao Te Ching 66, translated by Ellen M. Chen, 1989. Rivers and seas can be kings of the 100 valleys, because they are good at flowing downwards. Therefore they can be kings of the 100 valleys. Thus, if you desire to be above the people, your words must reach down to them. If you desire to lead the people, your person must be behind them. Thus, the sage is above, yet the people do not feel his weight. He stays in front, yet the people do not suffer any harm. Thus, all gladly praise him untiringly. Because he does not contend with any, therefore no one under heaven can contend with him. Tao Te Ching 66, translated by Derek Lin, 2006. Rivers and oceans can be the kings of 100 valleys because of their goodness in staying low. So they can be the kings of 100 valleys. Thus, if sages wish to be over people, they must speak humbly to them. If they wish to be in front of people, they must place themselves behind them. Thus, the sages are positioned above, but the people do not feel burdened. They are positioned in front, but the people do not feel harmed. Thus, the world is glad to push them forward without resentment. Because they do not contend, so the world cannot contend with them. Tao Te Ching 66, translated by Herrymon Maurer, 1985. Rivers and seas become the kings of the valleys because they lie lower. That is why they become kings. Hence, the sage, wishing to be higher than the people, keeps his speech lower. Wishing to lead the people, puts himself behind them. For the sage stays above the people, but they don't feel weight, stays in front, but they don't feel hurt. Thus, beneath heaven gladly upholds him and does not weary of him. Because he does not compete, nobody beneath heaven can compete with him. Tao Te Ching 66, translated by Patrick E. Moran, 1993. The reason that great rivers and the seas can be the kings of the 100 valleys is that they are good at lying beneath them. Thus they can be the kings of the 100 valleys. So, if one would be superior to the people, one must by words put oneself beneath them. If one would lead the people, one must put one's person behind them. For that reason, although the sage is on top, the people do not perceive him to be a burden. Although he is in front of them, the people do not take that to be an injury. So the world takes joy in pushing him to the fore and does not become tired of him. Because he does not contend, no one in the world can contend with him. Tao Te Ching 66, translated by Agnieszka Solska, 2005. How can rivers and oceans be king of 100 valleys? They excel in staying below them. That is why they can become their king. Thus, if the sage wishes to be the people's master, he has to talk to them like their servant. If he wishes to lead them, he has to follow behind them. This way, he can be their master without oppressing them. He can precede them without blocking their way. That is why the whole world is willing to praise him and never tires of doing so. He contends with no one, so no one can contend with him. Tao Te Ching 66, translated by Yi Wu, 1989. The reason rivers and seas are able to be the kings of all valleys is because they excel in taking the lowest places. So, they become the kings of all valleys. Therefore, one who wants to be above the people surely must, in words, be below them. One who wants to stay before the people surely must, in body, stay behind them. Therefore, though the sage's place is above, the people are not burdened. The sage is ahead, but the people are not obstructed. Therefore, the world happily praises and does not tire of him. Because he does not compete, the world cannot compete with him.